Hello, everybody, and welcome to Love, Peace, Harmony Live. I am so excited to be here with you as this is the first episode back from the new year. So, Happy New Year, everyone. 2024 has been off to an awesome start, and we're really excited to have our very special guest on today to share with us some tips, some of his journey, and how we can really embody what it is that he's here to share in the new year to prepare us for success, for contentment, fulfillment, joy, abundance, and more. And we want to thank you all so much for your support over the holiday season. All of your contributions have really put us off to an exciting start for the projects that we will be sharing more with you throughout the year. And as many of you know, but some of you who may be joining us for the first time, my name is Alexia Cito, and I am the director here at the Love, Peace, Harmony Foundation. And we work with the Love, Peace, Harmony field, which is comprised of the calligraphies that you see behind me, as well as the Love, Peace, Harmony song that you heard in our intro. And together they amplify this powerful vibration of love, peace, and harmony. And using these tools of transformation, we have many volunteers, including our special guest today, Anand, and myself, who go to their communities around the world and share these tools and share their own inspiring way of using these tools to uplift their lives. So thank you for being here, and we're going to experience the calligraphy and the song later in this session. But first, I am going to do a little bit more of a formal introduction to Anand, and I want to welcome everyone who's here. Hi, Gloria. Hi, Bettina. Thank you for being here with us. And our special guest is Anand Bhimjiyani, and he, for a large part of his life since being a young teenager, was on a pursuit for happiness. But it wasn't coming naturally to him. I think many of us could relate to this in some ways. So he followed the path he was encouraged to take and did well in his school, university, and got a job in insurance, earning well in the corporate world. However, he remained unfulfilled, confused, and found himself in a spiral of self-negativity. He didn't believe he should work so hard and not be fulfilled. He believed he had more of his potential than he was utilizing. And so, since discovering the Love, Peace, Harmony Foundation and its transformational tools, he found a new love for life and himself. And he has had the courage to switch careers and move into entrepreneurship. And he found the key to this happiness in service and spirituality. He now empowers others to discover and live their true, healthy, happy nature. So we are so excited to have him on today. We are going to be talking a little bit more about these themes. So without further ado, let us welcome on Anand. Hello.
Hello. Hello, Alexia. Hello, everyone here tuning in. So happy to be here. Thank you so much for bringing me on. It's always such amazing shows you do and amazing guests and people. So very grateful to be here.
Thank you. We are so grateful to have you here. And what a way to launch our 2024 season. I had the pleasure of meeting you a number of times, and most recently last year in person here in Toronto, Canada. And was just inspired, yes, by your zest for life, by your drive to just share these messages. And so today, I think one of the places I'd really like to start is, how did you find that courage that we spoke about in the intro? What led you to that? Because a lot of our viewers may resonate. Maybe there's aspects of life somewhere along the way where we feel like we could do more, be more, we want to make a shift or a change. And how do we actually go about doing that? So I'm wondering, how did you develop that courage, find that courage from within, and then actually take the action that you needed to make a change?
Wow, yeah. So this really does take me back now. And actually, very coincidentally, it's literally exactly 7 years since I discovered that that chapter of my life, which was very right in line with Love, Peace, Harmony discovering. It was January 2017. So even more special that I'm getting able to speak about it from now. Right. So the courage, where did it come from? So in my kind of background was I didn't mind work. I'm actually someone who's quite, I mean, you can say workaholic, but I actually feel an enjoyment in work. Like whenever I did work in school, whenever I did work as projects, or even actually in the profession that I chose, there was a time I was truly passionate about those works that I did in some way. At one point, I didn't mind putting in the hours, the effort, but some of my work was very mind heavy, and it was very much like I don't feel this is purposeful kind of work. And here I am using all my energy, all my time, all my social hours. Essentially, I've spent so much of my time after normal work hours, then studying for exams, weekends, evenings, and really sacrificing quite a lot. And then the work I was doing was quite intensive. So there was just a feeling in me that was like, I've got all this energy. What if I could use it for something actually that I'm interested in? Because at the time, some things were just getting very mundane, and it was actually quite painful as a feeling. There was a quote, Tony Robbins has said this: success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure.
Mm.
That quote hit me very hard, because in society's kind of terms and just the outlook, if someone looked on the outside, they think I was quite successful because of grades I'd got, because of jobs I'd had, because of just position I was in that sense. But I wasn't fulfilled. My personal life wasn't particularly very happy, sort of thing. And it got me open to more, to at least just think about what other options, what other opportunities might there be for me to use my potential for. And I genuinely was I was at an event, and there was a speaker. I wouldn't say he was a motivational speaker, but it's very motivating in how he was speaking. And it was the voice of someone else kind of sharing their in a powerful way. How powerful we are as people, and it really changed my whole outlook on what I can do with my life, and ways I can even make a living. And I remember this feeling, like I felt like this person has this ability to just kind of speak to my soul, and I speak to everyone's soul, because it was just so touching. And funnily enough, then I took a path that was very directly related to touching hearts and souls from that sense. But that sort of thing, I think there is an element from you are open, you are ready for something different, something new. And that naturally maybe does match you to the type of person out there who has got an ability to just kind of wake you into like a higher power of you that you have. Like I lived a very mundane kind of life, I would say, and I just thought that was normal and just kind of go with it. But there had been this inner underlying belief, like I've got this ability to do something like special. So, but it wasn't on the surface, it was very, very deep within. And whilst it was always deep within, I just wasn't, using it, making use of it, sort of thing. So, really grateful with people who are inspiring out there, and I'm just in the right place at the right time to experience that power. That's just like the start of it, and then there's so much more of the journey that actually moves you more into action and actually makes you follow through, rather than just having like an opening and a breakthrough, but actually follow through. And that for sure is could say it's not as much of a skill, but as much as like a mindset, as much as a habit. And no doubt the teachings, the practices, the qualities, whether it's meditation, whether it's actual the love, peace, harmony practices itself, and what it does to harness our power and really transform, especially the mind, so many ways. I know there's a lot of like motivation that goes related to the mind, and you feel powerful from that sense. But then when I discovered heart power, soul power, like that's like a whole new world. And it just felt natural to me. Like I didn't feel like we should have to try so hard from here. I feel if we've got this like inner abilities, let's use it. And I learned the word courage. I think Les Brown, when I listened to one of his kind of talks, courage means to act with love.
Mm.
So it's not something to be afraid of when you're going into these situations or making these changes. When you have this perspective of love, just in your whole inner being, so much shifts, so much transforms in your thinking, let alone the positivity of the outcomes that can come along to support you whilst you're trying to make that change. So yeah, being in the presence and state of love, you can be very supported whilst you are being on that journey, being courageous and making change.
Mhm. This is amazing. And it's really powerful, the courage, being an act of love. And you have been really an embodiment of that through your journey and some of what you shared here, and so much more. And you mentioned some of the love, peace, harmony practices and meditation. How has these practices impacted this part of your journey? How have these practices impacted your ability to express courage and to be in a courageous state? And also, what are an example of some practices, maybe our viewers could try as well?
Wonderful. Yeah, no, great question. How has it actually impacted me? It was an interesting thought. I actually just happened to have like maybe 4 or 5 years into my journey since starting this, where I just said to myself in my head, you know what, if I really think about it, I don't think I've gone through a phase, let alone a day, of just feeling any kind of negative thoughts about myself that I hold on to so hard. Back in the day, I used to do that a lot. And I genuinely thought at one point in my life, I feel like I'm the most negative person in the world. Like, genuinely, that's how I would think of myself. I was very hard on myself. Like I mentioned, like I was doing all this work, career work, etc., but I didn't feel like it was enough. And but also because of this imbalance, like what was work was doing to me, and the focus of it so much, then away from my social life as much, and all these things I'd want to have happiness in, or want to show up well in. And at the time, definitely I'd have a sense of wanting to please other people, or wanting to, or caring a lot what others think of me, and just generally wanting to have them like me a lot of ways, especially. So that if I was in these situations where I didn't come across well, or I would have had this opportunity to speak, and I'll tell you, like, even examples, I was in my mid-20s, I was single, I want to, have a good time when I go out to these fun socials. If it's the case, especially as a man and they're single and they want to approach someone they like, but then they don't, can end up going home and just kind of beating yourself up about it, like as if like, what are you doing here? What were you doing tonight? Like, it's like you just I speak to myself in that way. It's very harsh on myself, for normal things that maybe some people wouldn't do anyway. So yeah, that self-negativity would just kind of spiral and spiral and spiral, and it compounds. But with love, peace, harmony. So before I got into love, peace, harmony, I discovered about the book The Power of Now. And The Power of Now is all about presence. I never thought of it as a concept. I actually only got into it because I learned that presence helps build confidence, and actually also helps you have a very special quality of interactions with people, which is something I was very passionate about. I wanted to have quality interactions with people. And at that time, especially so I'm not nervous or anxious when it is to speak to people I like as well. So there I discovered about presence, and it just completely transformed my whole world, because it was basically saying any suffering you experience, any self-negativity, typically, if you really look at it, it's related to a thought that's about the past or influenced by the past, or an anxious thought related to the future. And all these things you're bringing in from different places. But if you just focus on the now, you're so here present, you're not bringing in those negativities. Now, they say in that book, a good way to do that is to practice meditation as an example to help you be present. Because I really wanted this outcome to be so present, and definitely not in my thoughts so much, just enjoying life, what is there in front of me, and embracing it all, and not letting negativity take over. And Yeah, so I wanted to learn how do I do meditation. That's when I discovered someone who's with the Love Peace Harmony Foundation at the time, which came across a very interesting way. But essentially, I remember I had a contact, someone who teaches meditation, and she taught the Love Peace Harmony meditation. And there was something about it where before even going to the workshop, she sent me the link of the Love Peace Harmony song, 40 minutes on YouTube. And I just played it when I went to sleep. Now, I'm not the type that would normally just open up these links and listen. I just played it. And it just played throughout the whole night for some reason. It just stayed on repeat. And I just heard like Master Shah's voice as he's singing on that song. I can't explain the feeling. It was something not from my head, but from my soul. I just felt this connection, and I felt this, I'm being held, I'm being loved, I'm being looked after. It was just such an unconditional voice, an unconditional, vibration brought to me. I can't explain it. It was just a thought that I had, and truly immersing myself into that practice, being with others who practice it, being with others who embody these lovely qualities, which now I see as very real, natural. Of course, that's the way to live life. But it wasn't such a normal thing that I'm just surrounded by people who just love, who be so loving, who be so expressively talking about let's live life this way. So it really has helped to be with all my friends, all the people who follow this movement, and in general, just naturally that led me to more and more positive experiences, to find people who follow these paths, who love these qualities of love, peace, and harmony. Yeah. So yeah, those are some examples of what it's done for impacting. And truly, even if I say how, Love Peace Harmony meditation. What I really love about the Love Peace Harmony meditations is it's just so simple. Like the words so simple to know, so much deep meaning and wisdom, which I came to discover as I went through the learnings more and more. But I loved that it's so universal. I loved that I come from a background where I have a religious family, have a religious background. I believe in spirituality and spirit. But there may have been some kind of disconnections in just my kind of acceptance, appreciation, and just not an understanding, but just, yeah, connection. And just the words, just so universal, so relevant, and give me something to focus on with all of it. So just literally following a simple singing the song, listening with others, setting an intention just before it as well, and letting the power do the transformation for us. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, the power doing the transformation for us really resonates about just allowing it to sort of unfold and happen. And it sounds like in many ways it happened naturally. And I love how, just authentic and raw you are about sharing where you're at and how these things appeared. Because, when you share, like, well, not everyone in my life may have resonated or been in the environment of love, peace, and harmony, or talking about how we're going to live in love, peace, and harmony when I discovered this. And that's such an important thing to share, because sometimes when we're so immersed in our practice or in meditation or in a vibration, we can forget about, like, what was it like when we first discovered this?
Yeah.
And that's such an important connector. And that really jumped out to me when you were sharing, because, so many people watching, we're all on different parts of our journey. And so that may be something that, wow, I haven't really considered this before. I haven't really thought about integrating meditation in my life or using a song like this. And yet there is a resonance there. And what would you say to someone like that who might watch this now live with us or on the recording? And maybe they just kind of have that curiosity, but they're not sure, or maybe this is new for them. Do you have any words of advice or inspiration?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it'd be so easy just to say like, just come and experience it and allow again like the power to just feel into it. But maybe there's something I could consider, like my examples in particular. Like there's so many benefits of love, peace, and harmony to enhance, let alone if there is a challenge you have to improve your life. So I know I want to change in my life, that was a thing going on at the same time. I wanted change, and when I say I want change, because I wasn't satisfied, I wasn't happy, I didn't want to continue how things were at the time. So I guess when you're in that state of wanting change, you're just more open in general. So if you are wanting change for whatever reason, really just open your heart to new concepts, new things, and know from an example like this, like the meditation, love, peace, harmony, if it helps you study, like look into what are the benefits of meditation, what are the benefits of quieting your mind, what are the benefits of feeling in your heart. Study all these kind of benefits. If you want, study the benefits of love, like literally all these things that you can relate to in your journey for where you are. Then the love, peace, harmony song, let alone the practice, everything is a way to make those benefits happen. And if that excites you, knowing it's so simple, and so many people, not just myself, but all kinds of people have got to experience it and get that benefit. Then if that excites you, if that intrigues you, then for sure, tap into it. I believe love, especially, is like a word everyone is aware of in their life. They use it, they understand there is a special deepness to it. Whichever level of love we're looking at, with partners, families, children, lots of things. I like to ask this question, and maybe everyone on the line can listen, especially before we go into the practice. I ask this question: if you, no, sorry, what would be different in your life if you felt loved by every single person, no matter what? If you always felt loved by every single person, no matter what. And just have a thought, have a feel, have a little moment just to kind of consider what could be different. And then to let you know that you can have that love, or that feeling of feeling loved, that presence of love, anytime you want. And how? Because of practices like the love, peace, harmony, the field that you can create as well as access more of, with more of these love, peace, harmony tools, techniques, meditations, as an example. But yeah, if you connect with the power of love, and hopefully from that question, maybe that gives you a consideration where that does actually help you. Because I could look back at my journey, and especially if I talk to lots of people individually now, especially, they feel that I do feel like if there's any experience of challenge or suffering we've experienced, ask yourself, was there a presence of love in that moment? If love, whether it's love for yourself, love with others, just a presence of love. To know that if you could believe that all challenges, experiences of negativity or suffering, anything comes from a lack of presence of love, you know that you can transform going forward. You don't have to live with this pain or challenge. You can transform it through the magic and power of love. And it sound a bit like, airy fairy, but hopefully through hearing people's stories, hearing people's examples, it's not just nice, feely kind of sounds to hear in terms of people describing it. It's real. And your opportunity, you have it to access it. And then the journey just unfolds more and more beautifully from there.
Beautiful, Anand. This is an amazing question, and we have shared it in the chat for everybody. And just such a beautiful reflection on the power of love, and a great meditation, a great inspiration to lead us into our closing practice today. And we will use this question in that. So we want to thank you so
Absolutely.
much. Yes, for being with us and for sharing with us. And we would love to have you back on again. I'm sure we could share much more. And we want to thank you for taking the time today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Alexia. Really grateful to be on here to celebrate my 7-year anniversary of discovering Love, Peace, Harmony as well. And yeah, really looking forward to this practice and feel this love. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So that was so powerful. Wow. Yes, Chi says, no fear. We feel your heart. Yes, yes, yes. And this is the question. So we're going to put this up. This is what Anand shared. What would be different in your life if you felt loved by every single person, no matter what? What a profound question. So we'll make sure that we have Anand's information if you want to connect with him or learn more on his social media in the descriptions of these videos. And we're going to move into a little meditation with the Love, Peace, Harmony song and this question. Now, normally, we will be tracing, but today it's going to be more yin, more internal, because I really want us to take the space to reflect. What would this feel like? And allow that reverberation to emanate, to build, to be cultivated from within us. So let's connect. I'll invite you to close your eyes if you can, and just connect to that frequency vibration. Activate the behind us, the song, and I invite you to just reflect. What in your life if you felt loved by every single person, no matter what? Okay. So closing your eyes, breathing in. And exhale, release any tension. Inhale. Exhale. So we'll experience quiet meditation with the Love, Peace, Harmony song and this special. very simple, very simple. And so, curious, what came through for you? Was it a feeling? Was it a memory? Maybe a vibration? It could even be something inexplainable, the sensation. And I feel called to share something that came forward in this short meditation, which is many of us, when asked this question, may even have a memory. Perhaps something that happened in the past, something that we feel cannot be changed. But with the power of the quantum field and with the power of love, peace, and harmony, as Anand was sharing, we have the ability to bring the presence of love to areas and spaces where they may not have been before. And this can even just be areas in our heart, in our memory, where if there was not a presence of love, we can bring that into existence and transform our feelings, even about situations that have already happened. So it's a very powerful practice. And we want to share a little bit of your sharing as well. So I see Jay says, thank you, Alexia and Anand. Carol, thank you so much. What a beautiful sharing. And this is for Anand's sharing, which was absolutely extraordinary. Love you. And Julia says, if I can love any person no matter what, then I don't feel angry. This is a great teaching for us all. Yes, Atika says, I agree. I agree as well. You know, when we can really find it within ourselves to bring out that presence of love no matter what we are faced with, not saying it's easy, but we can do it. It can empower us, as Julia said, to really release the concept of anger, you know, and resentment, and just experience that presence of love. So very empowering. And Joanne has a beautiful message. Anand is such a beautiful soul, wise and sincere. Thank you for your insight and sharing. Yes. And Gloria shared, thank you, Anand. Amazing. Thank you, Gloria. Wonderful. So we want to thank each and every one of you for joining us, whether you're here now or catching the recording. And thank you, Anand, our special guest, for launching our 2024 season and sharing your insights and wisdom and celebrating the 7-year anniversary of discovering these tools of transformation with us as well, which was very serendipitous and special. And we want to welcome all of you to join us online. You can check out our YouTube for more episodes. You can also join us on YouTube to listen to the Love, Peace, Harmony song. And go to lovepeaceharmony.org to learn more about our foundation, our projects, to make a donation and contribute to all of our initiatives that are happening, that are only possible with your support. We have some extraordinary projects in line for 2024. And in order for us to provide things like resources, trainings, products, we have Love, Peace, Harmony cards, players, things that really empower our volunteers and projects around the world. It's only possible with your support, and any donation has an impact. So we want to thank you so much. I also noticed a question in the chat about the donor field. So you can email info@lphf.org to receive the link for that. And you can also go to our Donate Now page and click products and donate in order to see all the areas and ways that you can donate. And I believe that is one of the links up there as well. So we want to thank you so much. As always, feel free to connect. We look forward to being with you again soon. You can find us here next Monday at 1 p.m. ET. And until then, love, peace, and harmony. Bye for now, everybody. Much love, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.